it out when I see myself in the camera. It's interesting though, because there's transitioning happening, and there were many smaller insights, funny insights to me. And the best interesting news at the moment is when I dream, and I'm not exactly sure who I was dreaming of. I'm trying to send neutrino streams into the right people. The end. And it feels good to just let it go, because for the longest time, when I was actually a child with under 7 years old, I had immense trouble letting go of dreams, because nobody was interested in hearing from what I dreamt. Also, I wasn't touched so much when I needed touch. So yeah, there's conundrums and collateral effects, but will end. It's fine. I'm giving it to myself now. Just I'm trying to remember those smaller insights. One was at work. You know, when usually I get really annoyed at work when it's clear to me that people aren't near me because of my personality, but because of my sex. And so I get to watch them conglomerate themselves in all kinds of bullshit. And it's like, yeah, of course. Well, the only solution to that is there's a fly. Oh, a fly. It already tried to crawl up my nose. I didn't catch it. You can see. Yeah, the only way to move on is to follow your strategy and authority as always. And now we move on correctly. And get fucked. Thanks. And crawled over the hill of my whatever. I'm not gonna look. So I was happy when you were over there. Yeah, not touch me, thank you very much. Oh my god. So yeah, strategy and authority and correct assessment of who is on the other end, who am I, and furthermore, the only real liberation is if you do what your planets are designed to do, if you're aligned with what the planets have given you in terms of her birthday. Because that's what it is, what we're here to do. And then there are situations where people are kind of aching me to forgive them, and it's like, yeah, well, I'm forgiving you. And they have no consolidation for all the cruelty, and because they know what they did, and I don't yet. Maybe, hopefully, or not, who knows. In any case, it's so clear to me that the only place you really get forgiveness is your planets. And if people, my mother is a solar plexus manifestor by design, and she could distort the hell out of everything. So you'd really walk around with a mad feeling in your stomach. And now it wasn't to say that the collective rules weren't abided by. And I was a child, so I had to learn, right? But it gets stuck when you're not processing your life correctly. And it's like, yeah, you can have all the forgiveness in the world with me. It still won't be personal, and my filtering will still not be shut off because of that. You hear what I'm saying? Once I realize I might still have my insight, my correct change of behavior. There's no proof. There's no assured, no promise. Assuredness, I wanted to say. No promise that anything is gonna turn out in any way. Which is perfectly unreliably reliable. There's no promise, it's fine. Whatever happens, happens in this life. Nobody gets to choose. And everybody has no choice in what makes them grow. And just because your mind is babbling bullshit all day long and you're following 3/3 of that, it's up to you. What's your next step? Are you ready to only move with your strategy and authority? To have a critically discerning mind. To watch it do that. And not just to have a critically discerning mind, but to unidentify from the place of it being so critical and discerning. And realize, wow, I got one place in my body graph, in my form principle, that will never let me down. The fly is sitting on the right corner of the phone. My God, it's fly. What are you wanting? What is the need you have? Food, you're fooding. You're feeding on my scabs of skin. You're such a carnivore. Blah. Well, not blah, but sure. Omnivore, yeah, sure. We're an omnivore, obviously. I had eye contact. Oh my god. Yeah, and then there's insights about animals. Insights about animals, as we have had to let go of one sick old dog, who today is probably. So I'm assuming that he started his Bardo in 1, and he started in the 35th. No, in the 53rd gate. That was the accurate time of the design sun, I think. I have to look it up, but as of now I'm just babbling, spewing random shit. 53rd gate, and I'm assuming that he went into heaven, which means today he would be in chaos ish. At least I saw him run off in my inner vision, into the wild fields of green grass, flowers, and happy people there, being with him, whatever. Anyway, the program. There were last transmissions. And it's like, you know how animals in general have their impact on you? As far as I have heard from the dream place, or was it there? I'm not sure. I think it was the dream rave teaching. Is that animals have they're part of the program. They are ensuring that the program is ensured, is happening. And as far as the earth plane dreaming story, it's very interesting to think about snoring people, you know? When they snore, they have some... I'm assuming that snoring people have never told anybody of their earth plane dream for the other, right? Just an assumption there. And I also believe that animals there's the black and white magician, right? In the dream in the mammal, in the dream consolidation composition. I'm just waking up. Oh my god, the flies on my back. So yeah. In my mind it makes in my inner vision there is a big picture that I cannot yet name with words or something. It's fine, I'm just letting you know. Anything else? There's there's one or two or three things that are really clear to me. It's like when you look at charts and how people are configured, what centers they have defined, just the obvious stuff, not yet the in-depth, this gate, this channel, this line, just the centers, the navigation process. If you come to look at how many simple words can bring about a extremely clear, and look at this fly, it's so tickling my head. This is tickling as fuck. So okay, so simple words, least simple possible words, make least simple and possible words make for the wonderfulest clarity and transmission from one body to another. And if we think about all the possibilities of the forms navigating and interconnecting, because interconnecting does not mean liking another, right? It's just mechanics. It's just if you spew distorted anger and hate into my direction, it's not gonna land. If I'm sensitive to you because I'm lowering my guard, well, it might land, but there is nothing personal attached to this moment. Nor is the filtering impaired because some neutrino is in some neutrino direction. And that is a wonderful call for the splenic system, where it's like one moment you can ask me and it's no, and the other 5 moments later it's like not a problem. And it's about the neutrino soup that we're filtering. It's whether something is right or not. And in the case with mammals and taking care of them and plants and some such, it seems to be like the program is only handing out mammals to those who have it rather simple to step out of it. You know? Who have it rather say who could poison themselves and not need 3 weeks to recover. You know, alcohol and some such. It's like, to me it seems at least, those who get to poison themselves are rather clear anyways. which is why I would say I'm very eligible for a program treatment. Doesn't make it true. Doesn't make me have an animal. Also, I believe that, again, my family had thought of me like I was some too deeply issued person that I cannot take care of an animal. So yeah, stupid people, limited to their wisdom. And I don't know. Then on another note, I have to admit that I'm watching people be so trying at least to interfere with another people's life. It's incredible. It, like, you really have nothing better to do, right? You really have no filtering done for your own life. And then they come to me and it's like, yeah, well, give me a moment to check what I see. Because it's like I have the 17th gate, I have it in the 6th line in detriment. It's like I want all the information before I'm gonna say anything. And sometimes all the information there is seems to not be enough, which is a mental construct of ego mind, probably. And yeah, some things are just to be let go, and then it's what is left is space. And in the sense of communion, some things, some lines, some gates can be very enjoyable when they come together. It's like, yeah, whatever realm you come from, it's still enjoyable with me. And then others you just get to witness. And yet there is no friendship or anything. In my humble observation, we are we are companions. And to me, if one companion is sick, I can see them spew their sickness all over the place. As far as I go, sickness is something I contain. I'm a 4th line. I'm looking for being immune. Most times it works. Sometimes I have a herpes, and then 2 other people have a herpes within the 2 weeks or something. It's incredible. It's fucking interesting. And yeah, funny enough. And then if you let it all go, there's so much time to just chill, just be relaxed, not have any stress on the tummy, to, you know, especially with the dreams, to since I finally know how I can transmit them, what I dreamt, and I used to not be able to, because I've been somehow taught, I don't know when, where, what, how, why, that it's a dangerous thing to transmit your dreams. And it's like, yeah, well, somebody probably had a very real, not self curse mind win from that. I'm not letting anybody have a win over my correctness. By their mind, if it's not correct, no. And then my mother, the other day, came to me and said, "Her fine, Betsy," looking at me like she's almost in tears, distraught, devastated at how much she mistreated me and how I came out. And I'm forever thankful for the circumstances and people who I've been surrounded by until the time has shown me there's different people to be surrounded by. Now all I do is know. Sometimes I also don't know. That is perfectly lovingly fine. And I feel like my face is also really relaxing. Like there's profound proudness. And in a way, there's lots of hope. Well, on another note, on another note, there is when you pay attention as a receptive, there is so much profound opportunity. Let that sink in, maybe. I hope the rest of my smaller insights will come out, because they were really nice. They were really relieving. So yeah, take good care. This was the morning transmission. It's insane. Remember. Or not. Maybe it's perfectly sensical. Yes. Okay, bye.